Hello, my creative friends. About 2 years ago, I made this video titled How to Make Art Every Day with a 9 to 5, which you could check out here. I'll link it below as well. Within that video, I discussed a level of daily creative productivity that was sustainable as a long-term lifestyle choice. I also spoke on how to give your creative projects an average of 22 to 28 hours a week or more without burning out, and how a creative schedule could help you stay on track with maintaining those hours and moving the needle consistently. Now, since that video came out, my life has changed quite a bit due to the global pandemic that keeps on giving. If you existed in 2020, you know exactly what I'm referring to. I mention that to say that my work life became fully remote, and because of that, I started to slip on my early morning routine. Not having to drive through traffic to get to the office kind of led to me setting my alarm an hour later initially, and then that kind of changed to setting it like 20 minutes before I had to be online for work. Kind of terrible. What can I say? I'm human. But because of these newly developed poor habits, I was now missing out on my daily morning creative hours. The other challenge I was dealing with was the new expectation of being pretty much on call at all hours for my day job. For whatever reason, in those early months of working in a remote corporate environment, new expectations were created, and it kind of felt like your boss could call you at any time to ask you to look at a document together. This was not the case back in the day, when you would just leave your work computer at the office when you went home for the day. As I was navigating this new, 9 to whenever work lifestyle and learning how to set new work boundaries effectively and professionally, I was simultaneously losing my drive to work on art in my evenings as well. A cycle was born, a bad one at that, where I would wake up 20 minutes before work and feel bad about myself for not getting up early enough to work on my art projects. And every day I would tell myself, you know what, tonight I'm going to go hard on this painting, for real this time. And then the workday would end and I'd be too drained to do anything creative. And it led to the only time I was working on my creative projects was on the weekends. And I don't know, I hated that I had become a weekend creative. I just felt wow, you're never going to achieve your creative goals and dreams by just working on your projects for a couple hours on Saturday. A bit of, a drastically negative thought, but I guess sometimes they're necessary because the cycle I was on just wasn't it. It's the cycle of I feel too depressed to wake up at 5 a.m. to work on art, and then later in the day I'm depressed that I didn't get up at 5 a.m. to work on art, or whatever a.m. it was, at the time. So, enter the new year of 2022, new year, new me, right? I wanted to rekindle my early morning routine. And honestly, I'd wanted to rekindle it for a while, and I had minor success in the past year, but I just didn't stick to it. And for whatever reason, I just couldn't find the discipline to wake up as early as I had used to. And I would just hit my snooze button for 2 hours straight at times. And then I discovered the sunrise alarm clock, which has kind of changed my life so far. I've said this before, but I'll say it again because I really believe this. If you're an artist and or creative with limited time due to a 9 to 5 or really any type of day job, I highly suggest incorporating an early morning creative routine. I still believe this because since investing in a sunrise alarm clock this year, I have been getting up comfortably around 6 a.m. with no need for a snooze button, which is crazy to think about. This has given me 1 to 2 hours before having to get ready for my remote corporate job, and I'm planning to start even earlier. Those 1 to 2 hours of quiet in the morning will be very productive for your creative projects because you are just significantly more clear-headed in the morning. At least I am, especially at such an early hour. The best way to make getting up earlier than you normally do a bit easier is with this sunrise alarm clock. Not a specific one, just getting a sunrise alarm clock. The reason they work so well is because they have this functionality where the clock itself gets brighter over like a 30-minute period. And I think you could even change that if you wanted to like gradually get brighter over 45 minutes, for example. But for me, I have it set to 30 minutes. And at that 30-minute mark is when the alarm is at its brightest, and it has like a peaceful alarm noise go off at that point as well. The function causes you to slowly wake up organically before the actual alarm sound. So by the time it goes off, you're pretty much awake at that point. The alarm sound themselves are very peaceful to wake up to compared to like the blaring sounds of my default alarm settings on my iPhone. So that's really good. And I mean, I don't know, the magic of, maybe it's just like having this bright thing, like somebody's flashing, not a flashlight, but like a ambient light is slowly getting brighter close to your eyes, I guess, and your body feels it like it's the sun entering your room to brighten up your bedroom. And by the time the alarm noise goes off, you're like, oh, I'm actually up, and I could just like roll out of bed now, like with no hassle, no snooze. Whereas when I tried to get back on my morning routine using my regular alarm clock, I would just like, that thing would go off and scare the crap out of me at like 5:30 or 6 a.m. And I would just snooze it until like 7:45. No joke. I will say this is not an ad for a specific brand of sunrise alarm clock. I think I kind of said that already, but just to say it again, not naming any brands here. So I'll just say, like, go on Amazon. They have a few solid options for you to check out. All you have to do is search for sunrise alarm clock. And these clocks also come with a bedtime ritual reading light also, to, I guess, promote the habit of like putting your phone down and maybe picking up a book, or just like, you could also listen to their many guided meditations, or like you could have white noise settings that can just play while you sleep for a period of time or throughout the night, up to you. I've now been using the sunrise alarm clock for 3 to 4 weeks, and it is a game changer. Thanks to this new early morning lifestyle routine, I have added 2 hours of productive, creativity a day during my work week. And that's 10 hours a week, not including any additional time that I would spend in my evenings. Now it's like, if I work on art after work, I feel like, oh, I did extra credit, and I feel really good about it. Thanks to this early morning routine, I now walk into the day feeling accomplished, and when I spend another hour on my creative projects at night, like I said, it feels like I've accomplished so much towards my creative goals. I'm now back to, I guess, a creative productivity level that I'm proud of. And if I'm really on point, I can see myself giving my projects 10 to 15 hours during the week, in addition to 4 to 8 hours on the weekend. So with that said, I hope watching this has inspired you to invest in a sunrise alarm clock and take the leap of faith into an early morning creative routine. Till next time, my creative internet friends, it's your boy Muddy. Peace. Sponsorship time, friends. I wanted to say that this video is sponsored by, drumroll please, Muddy Merch, your boy's Etsy shop of art merchandise. Oh, sorry. Again, you must have thought your boy had a paid sponsorship. Keep telling you we're not at that level yet, but hey, we working towards it. In the meantime, go check out some cool merch like these hoodies, t-shirts, long sleeve shirts, as well as pillows. Free shipping is also available within the US. This store is kind of where I take my art and put it on clothing and, stuff like pillows. And who knows, maybe I might make some tote bags this year. Haven't decided yet, but That's what you can expect from the Muddy merch store, so go check it out.